Okay. Oh, my boy.
After 6 years of service, or 42 dog years, life can be, well, rough. One of Santa Barbara's police canines, Jake, transitioned from criminal chasing to ball chasing when he retired in January. While his partner and handler, Sergeant Chris Payne, will miss his fierce barks on the job, he reflects on the long walk he and Jake have taken together.
Canine Jake has been through thousands of hours of training. We start off, well, they come as a started dog, so they have some initial training when we first receive them at the police department. Then we go through a 6-week handler course together. And then after that, we train 10 hours a week every week. I would have to say it's just the comfort of having him in the car every day was phenomenal. He could change people's attitude pretty quick and brought a lot of safety to my job and to all the other officers and the citizens in the community here. The bond is everything. If he doesn't trust me fully, then he won't do his job to the best of his potential. So the bond is super important because we'll ask them to do things that a normal dog would never do and put them in situations that are very uncomfortable for them. But because of that bond, they trust me and they trust the handler. You know, each police dog is going to trust their handler, and they'll do those things that we ask them to do even if they don't want to.
However, Jake is a valued partner beyond his cuddly presence. Through narcotic sniffs, area searches, and finding wanted criminals, Jake has proved that his bite is just as strong as his bark.
Last year, in the beginning of 2018, actually almost a year ago exactly, the Sprint store on State Street was robbed by 2 armed robbers, and they fled down into Carpinteria, and actually Canine Jake was able to track them both down and capture them.
It's actions like this that display the importance of a canine program and why the police department values these 4-legged officers.
The importance of the canine is officer safety and the fact that a canine can do something that an officer can't, and that is smell their way through an investigation. A canine has 2.5 million olfactory sensors in their nose, where humans only have about 500,000, something like that. I think what we look for is mission specific. Our dogs look for narcotics, and they are protective dogs, meaning they protect their handler and they protect other police officers. I think the public would be really interested to know that a large majority of the canine program itself is funded through private donations. So there are many different benefactors in the city that give to the Santa Barbara Police Foundation, and the Santa Barbara Police Foundation helps to fully fund the program. The canine program is not done through our general fund dollars. It's completely private fund.
Because of donations, Jake's legacy can live on. Upon his retirement, a generous donation of $50,000 was made to the Santa Barbara Police Foundation by local philanthropist Lee Luria, specifically reserved for the Canine Fund. This will enable a couple more of Santa Barbara's police officers to gain a new partner and family member. After working an average of 7 to 8 years, canines often transition into living with their handlers. In early February, Sergeant Payne made a ceremonial donation to the city to fully adopt Jake as his new family dog.
He's going to have a life of leisure. Hopefully he accepts it. Most of these dogs are pretty active, and it takes them a little bit of time to figure out that they're not going to work anymore. So there's definitely a transition phase. We've been partnered together for the last 6 years, and it's by far and away been the biggest highlight of my career. I wouldn't trade it for anything.